it's all the red, so somebody got like step up, step
I'll
down.
make you go crazy.
The corners of the seats are aluminum clad 90s, and so there's gonna be somebody's in there.
At this time, we'll call the August meeting of the MSD of North Posey School Board to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Slagle, if you'll please read our vision, mission, core beliefs, and high priorities.
All right, Ms. Moats is trusting my vision here, she made it smaller print there. Our vision at North Posey is we inspire all students to achieve their potential for learning and life in a safe and supportive environment. Our mission, we partner with our community to create a dynamic and innovative educational experience, empowering students to become educated, productive, and responsible citizens. Our core beliefs, we believe our community is vital to our educational success. Everyone is valued and treated with respect and always telling the truth. An educational opportunity for all. Student-centered programs, challenging and inspiring learning in the pursuit of excellence through a strong sense of pride. And our high priorities, we're enhancing the student experience, investing in administrators and staff, fostering strong relationships among all, and maximizing our resources.
All right, thank you. And on good news, did you say?
On good news, we're going to move from the end of the agenda to the beginning. We just want to let everyone know that iLearn scores were released this summer. And for our 3rd through 8th graders, our English and language arts, the state average was 40.6%. Ours was 60.7%.
Wow.
In math, the state average was 42.1%. Our average was 67%. In combined ELA and math, state average was 31.2%, and we were 52.1%.
It's definitely some good news.
Absolutely.
They looked outstanding to me, even though I can't figure out what they all mean. I like the color-coded system. I like looking at the green and the blue.
Glad you appreciated that.
All right, so we are on to patrons' concerns.
That's me. I'll tell you, you haven't had patron concern in a while. I just finished an analysis story. It's probably gonna run this week on, the changes in the teacher appreciation grants. Now, I noticed you have it on your agenda at the end, and maybe perhaps that's where we can talk about it. But I would like some background information. So just so you know, I read it started with the Evansville Courier Sunday edition. I don't know if you saw it, but the top of the fold headline, not this Sunday, but the Sunday before, was, "It will pit teacher against teacher." So of course, when I'm walking in CVS, I saw that and went, wow, what's going to pit teacher against teacher? So I bought the Evansville Sunday paper, which I usually don't. And I bought it and read it. And it's about the changes in the teacher appreciation grants. And it's about them giving 90% of their staff last year teacher appreciation grants and what the stipends were for effective and highly effective. And when they gave them out. So at the Mount Vernon recent school board meeting, which is this last Monday, I asked them about it, and they gave 100% teacher appreciation grants, a little lower stipends in Evansville, but and then they gave them to their staff, and they always usually give them before Christmas, so they make a nice chunk of change as a nice Christmas bonus. Well, this year the state's mandated with the senator that passed the bill and stuff that's in my story. But that I realize they're still working and having meetings to kind of refine it, but they're saying, only 20% of the teachers can receive a stipend. And that, boy, immediately you lower the field. And not only that, but they said only 20% of the teachers can receive a stipend. But they made the stipends like fancy, $7,500. $5,000, $3,000 categories. So they've got these giant big bonuses that you can only give to 20% of your staff. And then you wonder, no wonder they have headlines like they'll pit teacher against teacher, And I just, so I kind of wanted to ask you questions, how you felt about it. I wanted to ask you, since I've been working on it, what you gave last year. how many teachers this is now gonna go down to, and you're, like in Mount Vernon, they gave 100% other than the new first year teachers who weren't eligible. And this, if they go to 20%, that's 32. You know, and a great quote that I used in my article is, how do you distinguish number 32 from number 33? You know, when you turn out to be number 33, you get nothing. When you're number 32, you might get $3,000. I mean, to me, it's just a huge thing, setting up competition. And then you got these, to me, snarky quotes from the senator saying, well, you can't all be rock stars. I think all teachers work really, really hard. It's my personal opinion, it's rare to find a teacher, but you do, that isn't. But teachers try, and you're just gonna really increase the competition, I think, between them. And even because it's natural, it's a natural thing. I remember, you know, back in 08, you guys know that I was very, very fortunate. And I not only was Indiana's teacher of the year, but I was for the whole country. I was the national small school teacher of the year. And even at that, these were all my friends on the staff, but you can still feel sometimes when you talk to them, this feeling of, well, I'm a good teacher too. I know you are. You know, I was lucky. I got an accolade. You didn't. But that doesn't make you and me any better, you know. There's competition. There's competition in this world. And I know it makes people sharp. But to me, I just can't believe the legislature would stick their nose in this and make it stuff like that. That's my patron concern. What do you guys think, or do you want to wait till you are going to take it to that point on your agenda, or what?
This is public comment part. I'd be glad to talk to Kathleen Gowers meeting about it.
Okay. Could I call you, or do you know how many you gave last year and what the stipends were and things like that? You don't? I know, that I hit you with it off the top of your head. You know, because I wasn't sure I wasn't gonna be a patron concern until I decided to on the way over. You know, I had called Bo Harris ahead of time from Mount Vernon, so he had the numbers ready for me, but I didn't call you, and I don't expect you to have them ready. But I was just wondering what you guys thought. So that's my stance, and that was my concern.
Thanks. Minutes, claim docket, and consent items.
All right, so before us, you do have the claim docket. You have listed in the agenda, and will be posted the following FMLA and personal leave requests, the following resignations for the 24-25 school year, the following hiring and transfer requests for the 25-26 school year, our following renewals: approval of a grant from Vincennes University, approval for the David C. Ford, which was the Magic School Bus that we talked about. No, what is that?
Just magic school.
Magic School. That's a nice book series.
I like those books.
But yes, Magic School. We talked about that maybe in May or June. We did have just a change in the handbook at South Terrace that was approved, or for approval. Our Kiwanis here in Poseyville is wanting once again to use North Elementary School for their Autumn Fest. Have a facilities use agreement, and the approval to advertise on Gateway in the school website for our 26 budget.
Looking for a motion to approve the consent items as presented.
I'll move we approve consent items as presented.
I'll second.
Any discussion on these?
The Magic School, and that's the one that we approved pending getting a grant to pay for it.
Yes.
That's the AI
Yes.
software.
Yes.
Any other discussion on these? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. New business. Mr. Slade.
At your places, you had a packet from PSG Energy, just about the topic that you were talking about before I came to North Posey. And that's just solar energy. With recently passed legislation, the 34% that we can get reimbursed for putting it in will disappear in December. So this is a project that the board would like to move forward with. Just need to get direction from you so that we can either get moving on this or put it to rest. The recommendation from the group is, North Elementary is the one that seems to make most sense. It would offset the meter the most, almost 90%. So when you look at that longevity wise, that could be maybe $1,000 a year savings out of the operations budget. According to them, any maintenance fees, their fees are included in their numbers. And they tout that their numbers are very conservative as far as expense wise.
So you wanting a motion on this?
No, just
or
information. If you had discussion, if you had any questions about it, or if you'd like for me to move forward, just to think about getting more information and getting to a point where we'd have a contract to bring before the board, or if this is just something that you would just appreciate the information on and we'll move on.
I mean, myself, I would like to see us get further along, get the quote going, and be prepared to do, at least one of these as a starter, which North Elementary would be a good one, to get the payback. This will help protect us from future utility rate increases, as we know they will happen. And I think it's something we need to do for the future of our finances.
You've looked into this more than any of us.
I have them on my house. We just put them at our church. I think it's the right way to go at 34%. If we can get one of these in by the end of the year, I think it would be a win for our students in the future.
I'm on board with doing something small like North Elementary and starting there. I was just against the whole blanket, let's do every school at the same time.
Yeah, I would like to go on as if we're going to do this and get the figures and stuff. If it's there, I'm 100% in charge of it. I'm in favor of it. As long
Now you're in charge.
as Greg is in charge there, as long as Greg thinks it's okay. If they got any extra panels, they can put a couple on my roof.
Say that. I'm sure he'll send you a quote.
You got too many trees, Larry.
Not in the backyard, I don't.
And Mr. Slade.
All right, high school fundraising policy. We've had some changes just in the conversation. We might be looking at it more as a guideline than a policy, but just wanted to give that as a first reading to you all and see if you had any questions about that.
It looked to me like something I think could really work and could be good. The only thing on there I had some concerns about was the sponsorships for sponsors who want to sponsor football or basketball or track or whatever they do, how those are decided. Right now, they almost all go straight through the athletic department. If they're gonna go straight through the athletic department, I'm okay, but I think we need to figure out some way that's gonna be done, because I know there's some conflicts over that last year.
And then looking at it, it looks like it's very centered around the high school and maybe junior high. I'm not sure how you work the elementary into it under this, the way it's set up exactly, but that would be my only major concern.
We have only a few elementaries, and I'd say they do run fundraisers, but not as significant.
It's never been an issue,
Right.
really, and I'd hate to see them get hurt, I guess.
Yes. And I'd like to know if we have a list of every club, sport that's not school sponsored, but that is affiliated, that falls under this policy, if we have a list of all of those as well.
You mean like the soccer club
Like-
and the,
Well, even like some of the youth clubs that use the Viking
Okay.
name,
okay.
That's a good idea.
something to that, a list of those clubs, and then we could publish this to all of those clubs and get some feedback before the second read.
So we want to make this larger than the high school facility, is that what I'm hearing?
If it's gonna be a district policy.
I think it kind of is already in there. It's at least high school, junior high. It involves clubs that are not school-sponsored clubs.
Correct.
So I think we need to distribute this policy and get feedback on it.
Yeah, I mean, it would seem to me that it currently, as it's written, encompasses like the robotics club, the elementary
Yes.
school, and so there are definitely elementary school
There's-
groups that would fall under.
Mhm.
That's
And we've got a long list of well participated by our students of these clubs, and I don't want to hinder anybody at the same time as making sure that it's available for everybody and we're not bombarding our patrons with requests as well.
Do you think that's part of the goal?
Yep.
So we're on to Dr. Waldman and Neola.
We had first read last month for the 3 volumes of Neola
Mhm.
policy updates. I remember many of them were very just small technical changes, and some were even just getting rid of policies that they consolidated into new policies. I didn't receive any feedback over the last month. So if you all feel comfortable, you can move to approving those.
I'll move that we approve the 3 volumes of Neola policy updates.
I'll second.
Any discussion on this?
Thank you for making it easy to review.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Dr. Waldman.
Next we have, this is just a couple of policies that we pull out annually to just, sorry, no, I'm beyond what I'm doing. I should read where we're at. This is the 5,200 attendance policy. There was some slight change in the language this year that added FFA and 4-H events to the list of exempt absences. And so again, kind of a small technical change to the policy. So we don't need to do a first read, second read, or approval, just as a technical change. So if you're comfortable with the changes that have been presented, you can move to approve that.
Looking for a motion to approve the attendance policy.
I'll make a motion to approve the attendance policy.
And second,
I'll second it.
discussion on this one. Seems like this one's been in the news quite a bit, and really for us, it's not any major changes.
No, so the law actually changed 2 years ago until we responded to the law 2 years ago, and updated our policy. And so it got some more traction this year legislatively, which was a little bit odd. Because really the changes this year were just a couple of minor things. They provided some guidance to schools on what looks like excused and unexcused and that kind of thing. But in reality, when we report an absence to the state, it's an absence. It doesn't really matter what it's coded. It's still for school accountability. It's an absence for like when they hold our district accountable. But within, we still have autonomy within for our own policies, which is what we edited last year to allow the 5 days, and we kind of went through that. So we kind of addressed it last year. It just got some public attention this year.
Mhm.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Dr. Waldman.
Next up, the staff evaluation policy. This is one of those ones that we just annually have to bring up and remind you that we have this policy and this language. There is not an approval or an action required here. You certainly can take an action if you were to choose to. But it's one of those that annually we just have to make sure that we present to the board and give you some aggregate numbers.
So would this have been the numbers that we sent the tag grants out on,
Correct.
but not the values probably? Well,
Correct. No, this is just the evaluations. This is what we would use to
do
send
this.
tag grants this year if we were still operating under the old ruling. So yeah, so this is the 24-25 data.
And we had 20 teachers rated as effective and 88 as highly effective. Is that-
Correct.
I think we need to redo the grading system. I mean, I think we want to get that big number of effective and then really find the ones that are really highly effective and go above and above, up beyond. And that's not the way this has been set up for 48 years or however long it's been since I've been teaching.
We have had discussions about pulling a team together and start working on that evaluation plan and develop something that really provides great feedback, coaching, for teachers, but then also kind of aligns better.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily think we want to punish the effective. I mean, we still have 20 effective, I also think I could go out and find a half dozen right now that needs improvement on some things very easily too.
Seems weird that it's 0.
Well, and I think sometimes you think macro and micro scale too, that there might be a few things that people need to improve on, but overall, are they effective,
Mhm.
And so trying not to get,
If they wouldn't be effective, we'd be trying to replace them.
Mr. Slagle, tag policy is,
So this is a policy here that we're probably not going to act on. You do need a vote to accept it tonight. But as mentioned earlier, there was new legislation passed where it's changed. It was 20% of corporation, and it was 20% of the state. Teacher-wise could be available for money. But what this is before you is going off the old law, which is still in place, that they've not removed yet. So we don't want to not have this approved by you and not get any funds. Some school corporations aren't doing this at all. I just feel like I'd rather be safe than sorry.
just, go ahead.
So we're basically approving or reapproving the old policy for this year until we modify it for the new law.
Correct, and we're still waiting for direction from DOE on
From DOE.
what that's going to be.
And for clarity, these are funds that are not corporation funds. These are state funds that we're just,
From what we understand, correct.
so looking for a motion to approve the tag policy.
I'll move to approve the tag policy.
Second,
I'll second that.
further discussion on this. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Reports and information.
All right, so all of our classrooms in the building are occupied with students and teachers, yay. There's still a few little things being done here and there. The engineering room's supposed to get glass done this week in the evenings after school's out. Their countertops won't be in until mid-September. We're still ordering supplies for the classrooms. Our science rooms are complete. Classrooms for agriculture, advanced manufacturing and construction trades are complete. There's just a few things that they're doing to clean up there, and then there's like a beehive at the maintenance facility right now. So everything's moving positively there. ARC has done a great job. Chris Hoffman has been a rock star out there keeping everything organized.
I stuck my head in there a week or so ago and well, you went with me. I've never seen so many workers doing, I mean, they were everywhere and they
It wasn't
were,
like the construction on Lloyd.
no, not like Lloyd. They weren't leaning on shovels or anything like that. Every once in a while I see a guy walking around like maybe he didn't know where he was at, but other than that, they were all, I was impressed. I bet you there were 45, 50 people out there working all together. I mean, they were everywhere.
You drive to Lloyd, I hear that, was it Haywood Banks that had that song Orange Barrel?
Yeah.
Mhm.
As we talked earlier, Ms. Moats will need to know if you're attending the ISBA Fall Conference on September 15th and 16th. South Terrace Elementary School, Dr. Wallen has worked very hard to create a Title I school-wide program for them. The difference there is you have targeted assistant, or Title I school-wide. Targeted assistance means you can only work with students who qualify under federal guidelines. School-wide, we don't have to worry about that. We can just serve all. And as I asked for low flexibility, I moved our iLearn results up to good news.
So our next regular board meeting will be September 8th. And are we going to try to do that in the ag room?
I think that'd be great to move it out to our CTE renovated rooms.
And that also includes our
Technology,
budget.
you're ready for that too, right?
Right.
Because we have
Mobile
to-
board will be fine, yeah.
Okay.
We'd be in the kitchen, we'd have snacks.
Does anyone else have anything else for this meeting? Not looking for a motion to adjourn.
Can I see that?
Move adjourned.
I just was waiting on everybody to look at me to do that.
I emailed you.
We're adjourned.
Who made the motion?
Okay,
Rick.
I don't know.
Sorry, Lindsay, I forgot that
I
you
don't know,
so.
he doesn't know.
You can have this.
Oh, I can just have it, okay.
Yeah.
that's-
So just, PLA state average,
Yeah.
is there, North Georgia average.
Okay, it's easy enough, yeah, okay, thank you. And,
I wonder if she has to do this.
I need a copy of, policy.
We have to put it on past.
Oh, it's just first read. This is proposal.
Correct.
Is there much to it? Should I say much about it?